All right, and day 3, your favorite day, the best day there is.
Sure.
Example 23, page 118. Apply the order of operations to decimals. A hot air balloon ascended at 7/10 of a meters per second. Ascended means that's going up for 8 seconds. So for 8 seconds means I'm going to be multiplying by 8. Then it descended at 5/10 of a meters per second. For how many seconds? 6 seconds. Find the overall change in altitude. So I have to look at this one and say, hey, 7/10 times 8. Well, what's 7 times 8?
52.
56, but there's a decimal, so instead of 56, it becomes
5.6.
yeah, 5.6 meters. It goes up. And this one, 5 times 6 is 30, but there's one decimal point, so it becomes no.
Joe.
Right here, 5 times 6 is 30. One decimal point makes it become 3.0 meters down. So if I have something going up by 5.6, down by 3.0, overall, is it going to go up or down?
Yes.
Up. How much is it going up? 5.6 minus 3.0 is 2.6 meters, and I'm going to say up.
Wow.
That's the whole thing. If you got that, you should have a great shot at just nailing today's assignment.
You know, I was making it.
And you did do nail last assignment, didn't you?
But how do you know?
You know that I know that you know.
I was making it out.
Number B, an electronic game system, not yours, costs $399.
Oh, that's cheap. That's like comfortable monitor.
Well, maybe you should find different hobbies that are cheaper. Plus a 4% sales tax.
4% tail saps.
Sales tax, yep. If you're getting 4% sales tax, I don't know what state you're buying it in, but it's definitely not Wisconsin. What is the total cost of the game system? So $399, 4% sales tax. How do you figure that out?
$399 times 4.0. No.
$399. Yeah, it is $399. It is times. It is not times 4.4. 0.4. You have 40% sales tax. Yeah, 0.0. Come on. What was that? Oh man.
Yeah, 40% zero.
Times 0.0. Excuse me. 4.
Can't speak.
That's going to be the sales tax. Is this asking you what the sales tax is, or the total cost of the game?
Total cost.
So you could do one of two things. You can do this and add $399 to the answer, or you can change this number to what instead of 0.04. This is the faster way to do it.
4 over 100.
Okay, you're right. 4 over 100 is another way. That's not what I was thinking.
Oh. I can't read your mind.
$399 times this is just going to get you the cost of the sales tax. Think, if I did $399 times 1, that tells me the cost of it. So $399 times
399 minus
1.04 is going to give me the total cost right away. This speeds up the process of doing the whole thing because you can do $399 times 1.04 and then say, hey, I'm just going to add 2 decimals back on the end and I'm done. Instead of saying, hey, I have to remember to add $399 at the end, which is what you'd have to do after that. I'm just going to do it this way because this is how I think you should always do it. I don't think this is very helpful. Like, it's basically adding another step, another part of addition that you have to do. So 4 times 9 is
47, 36.
36. 4 times 9 is 36 plus 3, 39. 4 times 3 is
12.
plus 3, 15. I add a 0 for this. I'm actually adding 2 zeros because I'm moving 2 over because I know these zeros are just going to get me that, so it doesn't make any difference. I'm going to cross off those 3's. 1 times 9 is 9. 1 times 9 is 9. 1 times 3 is 3. 6, 9, 14, that's 10, 11, 3 plus 1 is 4, and how many decimal places I add back?
2.
Is that a reasonable answer? $414.96 for
Yes.
4%
Yes.
sales tax?
Yes.
Yes. This is when you gotta use your head, because a lot of people might make a mistake on the second zero. Instead of adding 2 zeros here, they might be like, okay, well, I'll just skip to this and only add 1 zero here. Then you're gonna get the total cost gonna be about 40 bucks. If you're paying a 4% sales tax for something that's $399, you're not paying 40 bucks for the whole thing. I'm sorry, it's not happening. You got this grinnish look on your face because you're like, that'd be great, I can't wait. No, sorry, it's not actually working that way. So you've got to look at your final answer and think, does it make sense? If it doesn't make sense, you probably did something wrong with your multiplication.
One monkey.
But yeah, $414.96 is your total cost there. By the way, and like I said before, if you can find somewhere where you're only paying 4% sales tax, you are doing so well for yourself. Because Wisconsin has one of the lower tax rates at like 5-6% for most things. I know Minnesota is like 7.5%. Illinois is like 10%. That's like towards high. Illinois, New York, California. Those are all gonna have really high ones. I bet if you went to Wyoming, yours would be really low. Because anytime you have a lower population, your sales tax tends to be lower.
People live in
Buy a PS5 in Wyoming.
Yeah, 500,000
It
people
won't
live there.
cost you Anything.
All right, C. Over a 10-year period, a population of a city changes from 3.2 to 2.8 million. 3.2 mil, 10 years, and now it's 2.8 mil.
Was there like a genocide or something?
No, people just didn't like the city.
Oh.
They found out you were moving there.
Oh.
You had that one coming, dude. So what's the percent change in the population? So remember, percent is part over whole. So you need to ask what's part over whole times what? 100%.
Oh.
So you have to say, hey, what's the whole? So 3.2 to 2.8, how much is changing there?
A lot.
One. Whoa. A lot.
0.4.
0.4 or 0.4 over what's the whole?
3.2.
Is it 3.2 or is it 2.8?
3.2.
Look at the original question. Over a 10-year period, the population changes what percent? What was the percent change in the city's population? So yeah, you're originally going with the original one. That's what you always want to remember. Original, yeah. So it's over 3.2 times 100%. You could do 4/10 divided by 3.2, or what are you going to want to do? So you don't have to actually do 4/10 divided by 3.2. Think, if you have 4/10 divided by 3.2, that's not very much fun. What would you do here?
Panic.
Do you want to divide by a decimal?
No.
So you have to
move the
take
decimal.
off
Move the decimal, move the decimal. Or you can look at this and say, hey, I can just multiply by what on the top and the bottom?
The 100.
10 over 10. You could multiply by 100 as well, and then you would get 440 over 320. But if you can just move one decimal, you want to probably do that. So you get 4 over 32 times 100. 4 over 32 reduces down to,
Time reduces?
yeah, think, what number goes to both 4 and 32?
Oh, okay.
What number goes to both?
8.
No.
2.
Well, 2, yes. This becomes 2, this becomes 16, but there's another number that you can get that even smaller.
4.
Yeah, so you would do 4, or you would do 2 again. It doesn't matter which one you do. If you can see the 4, then you want to do 4 right away. Either way, it's going to become 1 over 8. And one of you guys said 8. That's where you got to be careful. Remember, the 4 is on the top, the 32 is on the bottom. If it was reversed, then I'm sure it would be 8 over 1. But it's 1 over 8. 100 divided by 8. Think, 100 divided by 4 is...
I'm just gonna stop.
Think of quarters. There are 4 quarters in a dollar. How much is a quarter worth?
25 cents.
So if there's 100 divided by 4 is 25, 100 divided by 8 would be 25 divided by 2.
That's a cost.
15, 10,
No, it's
13 and a half.
No, what is 25 divided by 2?
5.
12.5. Don't forget your percent. So your city is changing in population by 12.5%. 3.2 down to 2.8. So 4/10 of a difference, 4/10 change over 3.2, which is their whole. Remember, part over whole times 100. If there's nothing else you write down from this, whoops, it should be this. Part over whole times 100. Part whole times 100. Shift the decimal points for both of them, and end up multiply by 100, get 12.5%. We're gonna do at least a couple of these. Gotta practice. Let's see. Okay, pick two that are like the ones before. Do you guys want to do a sales tax one? Do you want to do a population change one again, or do you want to do one like the hot air balloon one again?
Sales tax.
Sales tax and what else?
I'm doing
I'll pick again, population.
Okay, we're doing 12 and 13 then. Alright, number 12 says Janice buys 4 boxes of paper clips. 4 boxes. She pays with a $10 bill. And gets $6.08 in change. What's the price of one? One box. That's 12 and 13. The population US changed from 281 to 308. 281 even? Oh, 281.4 to 308.7. What percent change? Alright, I'll give you guys 2 minutes. Okay, number 12. So there's 4 boxes, 608 back. What's the first thing that you have to do? Yeah?
The 6.08 from the $10.
Yeah, so you're gonna do 10 minus 6.08, which is what? Okay, so I have 392. That's what I paid total for. How many boxes? 4. So I need to do what with the 392? Four goes into 39 6 times. 6 times 4 is 24. Oh, I did that wrong now. 4 goes into 39 9 times. 9 times 4 is 36. I get 3, drop down the 2. 4 goes into 32 8 times. 8 times 4 is 32. So, must pay $98 each.
98 cents.
98 cents.
What did I do wrong?
You put
$98.
Well, what did I do wrong? I did the 3.92 divided by
You
4.
forgot the decimal.
Oh yeah, gotta carry the decimal up. Don't forget it. That one was on purpose. 0.98 or 98 cents per. Remember, the decimal always has to carry up. You should be writing that first. That's why I forgot to see if you guys would notice. 281 to 308. What's the change difference here?
27.3 million.
Anyone confirm that? 27.3? Yeah? No? Anyone? Can you confirm that? 27.3. So you're the only one who can do math today?
Yes, it is 27.
Yes, it is. So, the big thing that I remember that I told you guys for his here, if you write nothing else down, was do what? What over what times what?
Part over whole times 100.
Part over, I'm gonna put P over W times 100 what? Percent. So the part is 27.3. The whole is what?
281. Oh,
Yeah,
that's-
281.4. What's that? No, you're missing? Or did you use the wrong one?
That's what that scribble is. It's a percent sign.
This? Yeah, you're right, it's a scribble. I'll take it. I'll take full acknowledgement of my bad handwriting there. And what do we want to do with these first?
Divide them.
Before we divide. But what are we going to end up doing if we divide them right away?
Simplify.
You can't do decimals.
Oh, right. Oh, okay.
Anytime you have a decimal over a decimal, what's an easier way to kind of quote unquote simplify? It's not actually simplifying. Think ahead. When you divide, what are you doing? You're dividing a decimal by a decimal. You want the number outside to be a decimal? 281.4. Do you want that right out here? No, you don't. So you have to do what with these? Here you would shift the decimal point. So here you have to.
Oh, shift the decimal.
Yeah. So it's like you're multiplying by what on the top and the bottom?
Part of the whole.
Well, no. I said what are you multiplying by on the top and the bottom? Because remember, if you shift the decimal points, you have to multiply by a number on the top and the bottom. What's that number? You're only shifting one decimal point, so you have to multiply by.
1.
Think 27.3 times 27.3 times what is 273?
10.
What?
10.
Yeah, 10. And whatever you multiply by the top, you gotta multiply at the bottom. 10, 273 over 2,184. Times 100%. Anything we can do here to simplify?
No, sir.
No. So we can do one of two things. What can we do? What are the two different options we have here? What's one of the options? Otherwise, you can't figure it out.
You just divide both of them.
Yeah, you divide and then you would do what afterwards?
Move the decimal points.
Yeah, you would move the decimal points too. Or you could just say, hey, I'm gonna multiply and then divide. Multiply 273 times 100, and then I'll carry the decimal point up there. That's what I would do. 273 times 100 is, you just add 2 zeros. Divide by 2,814. Think, 2,814 is gonna go into here. It doesn't, so it's gonna go into here. The decimal point is right there. What, 9 times? I'm just gonna guess because 10 times, well, it's clearly not going in 10 times, and it seems like it's probably not big enough to go 8. So 2,814 times 9, hoping that it's less than that. 9 times 4 is 36. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 3 is 12. 9 times 8 is 72, plus 1 73. 9 times 2 is 18, plus 7, 25. Whoops, 25. 25, 326. Let's see here. So 9. I always mess up the zeros things. Okay, so this one borrows from here. That becomes 10. Oh, so and this becomes 2. So that means this becomes 9, and this becomes 10. So 10 minus 6 is 4. 9 minus 2 is 7. 2 minus 3 can't do, it becomes 12. This becomes 6. 12 minus 3 is 9. 6 minus 5 is 1. 2 minus 2 is 0. And then I have to add a 0 after the decimal. 28 goes into here. I'm just going to tell you, the answer is 7. You can go ahead and guess and check for it or whatever, but 7 times that's going to give you exactly 19,740. And you have to add the percent afterwards. So you saw the United States had a population increase of 9.7% during that time. Questions? Okay. You can start on the assignment.